Hi, today I have a video about the Gemini Midi. As I promised, I really like this die cutting machine. It's simple to use even though it's not the best in my opinion, and it's really hard sometimes to push the folders and dies through it, but it cuts really beautifully and I had no issue with it. The big problem with this die cutting machine is these folders. As you can see, first of all, the logo is already disappeared. It rubs off. I don't know why, but it did. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with the working of this system. And the folders warped the first time I used it, and I didn't really like that. But still, it still works, even though mine is really not in a good shape. And what I do, and actually the thing that helps to solve this problem was I store my folder after I used it. I store it under my Midi and store it like that, so that the weight of the Midi helps the folder to get straight. Mine is really warped, so it doesn't work anymore that way. Actually, it does a little bit, but not the way that it did the first couple of months. But it's still working, and it doesn't matter the shape of it. Probably if I want to cut something really important to me, I would say it's not important actually. It's very delicate and it needs to be really clean underneath. I might use new folder with it, but that's that's how you cut the die. I have two dies here. Pardon me. For die cutting, you simply put your dies in here, put it in the folder and run it through your machine. And it will cut through your cardstock, as you can see. And because of the pressure in this die cutting machine and the shape of the construction of the folders, I usually get a few embossing on with my dies as well. So you get some embossing with this machine as well, and you don't need to use your embossing mat or something like that, even though this doesn't come with any embossing mat or things like that. But as you can see, you get embossing with this system. As I mentioned in my other haul video, you can use the what is called diamond press folders with this machine as well, but diamond press folders are really thinner than Crafter's Companion one or Gemini one. It's I think I would say it's like half the thickness. But because when you want to use the embossing folder with this die cutting machine, you have this shim that you need to use it, and these folders, the diamond press folders, are like the thickness of the regular embossing folder. So I thought I'm able to use these with this shim in this machine, the Gemini Midi, and I was correct. So you simply can use this with your Midi, and it will cut through. Mine is a little bit loose, I think. I don't know, the pressure is a little bit less. Every machine is different. I knew that based on my experience. So with the regular embossing folder, I use a shim. Like this is a regular cardstock, which I put underneath that. So with the more delicate and intricate dies, I will use this shim to cut through if I'm going to use another folder like diamond press folders to cut my dies with the Gemini Midi. That's that. The other thing I found, I still haven't tried it, so we will try it together, but I'm pretty sure it will work. Many people, many crafters use cutting mats, these self-healing cutting mats on their die cutting machines. That helps to not warp your plates, and you don't have to exchange them regularly or replace them regularly. And actually, in my opinion, this method helps to cut the dies better, and you get embossing. It's like one step cutting system in my opinion, because you get the embossing as well. You don't have to run it through to cut the dies and then run it again to emboss with your dies. So the other day I was in Walmart and I saw this cutting mat, self-healing cutting mat. It's the West cut one, and I think it was like $6, something like that, really cheap. So I purchased it because I could tell that this thickness is the same as the folder of Gemini Midi. I could tell by seeing it, and when I measure it, it's like perfect measurement. Yeah, it's exactly the thickness of this. So what I'm going to do is cut this cutting mat in half to get the 6. I might need to cut it a little bit narrower, because this is like 13 inch by 13 inch, and I'm not sure how. This folder is like 6 inch in width, but there is a little bit room on both sides, but I think the 6 inch would be the best, or at max like 6 1/4. So I need to cut 2 pieces of this by 6 1/4, and the length doesn't matter, and I prefer to be a little bit longer, because that way I can use like the slimline dies with my Midi really easily, and I didn't have to do what I did with my compendium dies in the video I made, to pass it through twice and rotate and pass it through twice. So let's see how it works. Really appreciate you being here. Hope it was helpful and enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Peace out, you.